Namaste and welcome to Magic Vibration Healing School. My name is Damien Hay and I would like to introduce you today about the Mayan Light Language. The Mayan Light Language is originary from Mexico, from the state of Veracruz in the southeast of Mexico, and it's coming from a small village that was called Oración, which in Spanish means prayer. And it's a teaching that was shared from masters, teachers to students along more than 20 generations, 26 generations until today. And the current holder of the lineage is a beautiful woman that is more than 80 years old now, that lives in Arkansas, United States, and her name is Star Fuentes. And the story of this teaching is that in the late 60s, Star, she went traveling around Central America, Colombia, Mexico, and she ended up in this village where she spent 3 years. And in this village, there were only healers called curanderos and curanderas. And they would provide a free healing service to the whole community, to the whole province. And as she spent time there, she started to see that they were using amazing healing techniques with incredible results, like spontaneous remissions and really drastic and dreadful diseases that were being cured in a couple of hours. And after 3 years, she was asked by her master, Esperanza, to go back home and to spread these teachings. So this is how we came to know the Mayan Light Language, how it came from the countryside of Mexico up to the whole world. And today it is taught and practiced all over the world. So this Mayan Light Language, it's about weaving light prayers with the language of gods. And that's what I'm gonna speak about and introduce you now. So to access this field, there is a password, there is a resonant prayers that we activate to tune in with all the masters of this light language. And here is this prayer to Esperanza and the masters in Mexico for their willingness to share their secrets, their time and energy. This helps you to resonate, to tune in, to open the portal to this incredible field of teaching called the Mayan Light Language. Everything is created from the light of the One. The light of the One is the creator, is the divine source of love of all that is. It's God, if you wish. It's the divine. And everything is created from this light. This is the original point of creation. Any concept, any morphogenetic field, which is a field of information, any thought, any emotion, any physical object, everything is made of light, because light is energy vibrating. And this light, as it comes from the higher planes of creation, it densifies and crystallizes through the different planes. So it comes from the higher planes, the monadic plane, and it goes down through all the planes, the atmic plane, the Buddhic plane, the causal plane, the mental, astral, and physical plane. And at some moment, at the level of the Buddhic level, the light starts to create geometries. And these geometries, they are like space holders for information. And this is what the light language is about. And this is what we're going to explore together further. And just to remember that what we perceive as visible light is only one kind of light. There is a more subtle light. There is a light that vibrates faster. There is a light that is purely spiritual, that is not part of our physical reality. And the light language works at a higher speed than the visible light. It's something that is more subtle, that we can only perceive with our heart and spirit and not with our physical eyes. So in the ancient mystery schools, it was always described that consciousness was somehow unfolding through 7 different planes. So from the top to the bottom, it starts with creator, which is the logoic, the monad, the original point of creation, and then it goes through different planes. And in the monadic and atmic planes, the light is still really pure. It holds a really high frequency of love. And it's only at the level of the atmic plane that it starts to be polarized. But even if it's polarized, it still hold a high frequency of bliss and love. And then the light reaches the Buddhic plane. This is a plane of the soul. This is a plane of the morphogenetic fields. In the ancient mystery schools, we were calling this plane the planes of the egregores. It's where the intelligences of the virtues live. And this is as well where the human created the counter virtues, let's say the negative virtues. If you have taken any initiation, a deep initiation in this lifetime or another lifetime, this is where the initiations are encrypted, imprinted in our field. And this is where the light starts to crystallize through geometries. And these geometries, they vibrate and they spin and they rotate at specific speed, so at specific frequencies. And once these geometries and this light is manifesting itself in the Buddhic plane, it goes to the causal plane or the manasic plane. This is the planes of the archetypes. This is where all the memories of humankind, of creation, are being held. This is the plane of our genetic history. In the mystery schools, we were calling it the plane of the genies, the holder of the memories, the guardian of the memory of creation. This is as well the karma. It's all the stories that have been resonating in our lineages, in our other existences, and that are still resonating with us. This is where we go through shamanic journeys. This is where, when we play with sacred art, like sacred dance, sacred theater, this is what we are tapping into. In ancient Greece, for example, the theater plays were enacting the relationship between the gods. It was this ancient myths, the mythologies of humankind that were being enacted. It's like the Ramayana or the fairy tales. It works on a more archetypal level, like Carl Jung would explain really well in his archetypal psychology. And then the light densifies more and it becomes thoughts, it becomes the mind, our current mind. And then the light crystallizes as thought forms, as our intellect, as what we can understand through our third dimensional awareness. And then the light densifies more and it becomes emotions. It becomes images. So it's our imagination. This is what we process through our dreams. That's why we use our astral body to dream, to visit the astral plane. And finally, the light densifies to the etheric and physical plane. The etheric plane is where our chakras, our meridians are, and then we have our physical body. So the light always comes from Creator, densifies through all the planes of consciousness until the physicality, the matter itself. This is where consciousness starts to dance with matter. And the Mayan light language works at the Buddhic level. It means it's reshaping, it's re-imprinting new geometries with new frequencies at the Buddhic level. And the Buddhic level influences the causal level, the mental level, the astral or emotional level, and then the physical level. Everything is light and information. Everything that you can conceive, that you can see, that you can think of, everything that you can touch, it is light and information. It is energy vibrating, and this energy is holding a template, a history, a design. So when I look at something, I see a design that is animated by the light. And in the light language, we combine geometries that are space holders for information that vibrates at specific frequency. And the combination of geometry and frequency is what creates light language. These are specific attributes, qualities, ways that the light will behave at specific frequency. And this different frequency will affect a specific aspect of our consciousness. So in the Mayan light language, we are weaving coherent geometries with frequencies in a tapestry of light. So we are combining the geometries, the shaping of the light with the colors that are frequencies, and we are creating grids. You know, the Mayan here where I live in Guatemala, they love to weave colors and shapes in the design of the fabric of the clothes they wear. And this is something really traditional and really magical. This is something that means a lot to them. So it's all about weaving geometries and frequencies. What kind of geometries does the light language uses? It's the 5 platonic solids and all their combinations and permutation and transformation. So the 5 platonic solids, The cube, the octahedron, the tetrahedron, the icosahedron, and the dodecahedron correspond to the 5 elements. And as you permute them, as you make them evolve through different mathematical algorithms, they become other kind of geometries. And all these geometries in mathematics are called polyhedra. They are coherent, they're harmonious, they have a clear center, they have a sense of symmetry. And what it is, it's the repetition of a pattern. A pattern is a specific rhythm that is repeated in a 3-dimensional shape. So it's a waveform that is repeated, that is fractalized, and that is then perceived as a volume in 3D. So in light language, we only use polyhedras that are really harmonious, coherent geometries that are all part of creation. And what happened to the light language at the Buddhic level? So when we work with geometries at the Buddhic level, we work with grids. A grid is this repetition of a pattern. It's like a waveform that is fractalized and repeated. It resonates as well with the hexagrams of the I Ching in ancient China, the 6 lines with yang or yin energies, the 64 hexagrams that show all the permutations of creation. And because it's a pattern, it's as well a rhythm. And as a rhythm, it is as well a song, it's a sound. So although it's a geometry, the geometry holds a rhythm and a sound. In the ancient mystery school, we would say that the goddess embodies different aspects. That's why we have so many names for the goddess. And like in India, where you have all these aspects of the goddess with different attributes and qualities, because these are all the different energies present in nature. At the Buddhic level, a geometry of light language is as well a virtue. It's an intelligence of love, truth, compassion, strength, confidence, all the virtues that we have. And these virtues, they are intelligent, they guide the light and they inspire us. If you're familiar with the teaching of the gene keys from Richard Rudd, which is an amazing teaching, a geometry is as well a gene key. And as a key, it is a code, it's an algorithm. And this key is here to unlock a morphogenetic field. It's a field of information, it's a universe of information with specific rules, with specific dynamics and behavior. So it's a set of frequency that is repeated. And as a set of frequency, it creates a vortex, because these geometries, they're spinning, they're moving, they're rotating. So they create specific vortexes. And as a vortexes, they create a medicine wheel, we would say in the ancient shamanic traditions. And because it activates a wheel, it is a map for the light to come from source to the core of the matter in a coherent way. And to transduce, to move from planes to planes, then these geometries act as portals. And the portals are transducers of energy and light from one plane to the other. And there are as well dimensions. And dimensions, it's a location of consciousness where the energy behaves in a specific way. And then when it reaches the Buddhic level, the light goes to the causal level. And at the causal level, with the karmic plane, these geometries, they start to vibrate and rotate at specific frequencies that we perceive as colors. And these colors, they affect different parts of our body. Yeah, the red part of the spectrum is more physical. The second chakra, so the co-creation, is more orange. The solar plexus, so our mind, our sense of self, is more yellow. The heart, the healing, is more green. Our communication is more blue. Our psychic and knowledge energies are more purplish. And our connection to spirit is more in the whitish and high purple shades. So the weaving of light geometries and colors, it's like a song, it's like a story, it's like a map for the light. And it goes through the realm of memories, concepts, and archetypes. It enacts a play in our plane of the soul. And because this play is enacted, we start to resonate with higher attributes, higher qualities, and we start to enact this mythology of humankind, these stories of, the good over evil, the quest to find the self. We start to enact it in our daily life. And it changes the resonance at the level of our higher mind. these geometries. So they vibrate and they reshape the conditioning patterns of our template. They reshape and change our memories, so our karma. So when we work with the Mayan light language, we're inviting the light of the monad, which is the light of God, to flow in a new, coherent and graceful way to recreate the dance of consciousness with matter in the lower subtle body. And then the light goes to the mental and emotional plane. So then these geometries and these frequencies, they shape the thought forms, the mental patterns that we have, because there's this universal law of resonance. So they change our mindset, the way we process reality through our thoughts. It opens new pathways in our neuronal network, in our brain, and it opens our mind to new paths, new ways, new relations. It allows an actualization and a transformation of the crystallized light at an emotional, mental, and physical level. And because of the universal law of attraction and resonance, once we start to carry these new geometries and frequencies, we start to attract new experiences, new relationships. Yeah, because what I am, I attract. I attract what I hold into my field. So when I hold new geometries, new frequencies that are more coherent, then I attract a more coherent, harmonious experience of life. So in the Mayan light language, each geometry is telling the light of the Creator to manifest itself in a harmonious way through specific attributes and qualities. Yeah? Every shape has a specific program. It's a specific quality and a way for the light to unfold. And as it vibrates at a different frequency, it is perceived as a color, and every color will affect a different part of ourself. So every shade of color has a meaning, and every shade of color can be combined with any of these geometries. So when we learn light language, we receive in our field all these geometries and colors. Yeah, this is a subconscious download. It's a quote teaching as I catch it. It's a 90% subconscious transmission and a 10% conscious transmission. The 10% is a mental, it's a manual, it's the explanation, it's a how to use it. But 90% is happening at a level which is faster than our mind, so we cannot truly perceive it. Once we learn the light language from the Mayan tradition, we can start to emanate these geometries and colors in someone's field or in a space. And as well, we can weave grids. A grid is a weaving of different geometries and colors that work together. We can weave in the chakras, we can weave bigger grids with 49 shapes and colors to support specific intentions, or even grids with 144 shapes and colors to work in a really deep level in our DNA. So here, for example, this is an emanation. I emanate, so I vibrate these geometries and these frequencies around me. It goes in the room, it goes in the space. And if you have people in the room, their higher self will choose to use these geometries and these frequencies only if it is appropriate for them. But then you can change the dynamic of the energy. You can affect the way that the light of consciousness is unfolding around you, within you, or within people if they wish. When we create a chakra grid, we are weaving shapes and colors inside the chakras of the people. Then you will go through a process of a couple of months where you will have a predominant dynamic in each of your chakra that will be extremely coherent. It will take you through a journey of self-discovery. It will retune your whole energetic field and the way that you relate with others, with life, and with yourself. When we create bigger grids, we can create them for specific intentions that can be really individual, or it can be as well as a dedication, as a service for the whole creation. For example, here, this example of the rainfalls in Guatemala. So we can pray, Creator, using geometries and light so that our service as a light worker can be enhanced and can reach a higher level of coherence and therefore efficiency. We can as well create more complex grids that will go in the 12 strands of your DNA and in your 12 chakras system. These grids will work so deeply that they will only stop working when you will have integrated all these geometries and frequencies into your DNA. So for example, tune with this grid. Just breathe it in. With your breath, allow all these geometries, this coding, this song, this symphony of geometries and colors to pervade your field. Embrace it. Start to feel it within the core, within the heart of your being. And you will feel how your spirit loves to dance, to weave these geometries and these frequencies into your field of awareness. So take a deep breath and breathe it in, this grid of portaling into the new multiverse. Are you ready to dive into this ancient language of the gods? Are you ready to upgrade your consciousness and reshape your life? Then I invite you to learn the Mayan Light Language. We can learn it online, as I'm often teaching it online. The beginner level is 1 day. We start with the basic geometries and colors. The intermediate level is 2 days. The advanced level is 6 days. So I usually teach the beginner and the intermediate levels together as a 3 days teaching. In these teachings, you will receive books, downloads, upgrades. You will learn how to weave the grids. You will learn all the geometries and their frequencies and what they mean and how to use it. It will be definitely an upgrade for your consciousness, for your life. It will take you to the next level in your spiritual journey. It will bring so much coherence that you can then become a true, conscious co-creator of your reality. So if you have any questions, or if you feel the call, or if you want to know when the next class is, you can check on my website, www.magicvibrationshealing.com, or contact me via email to magicvibrationshealing@gmail.com. My name is Damian Hay. I'm really happy to share this with you. If you listen to your heart and you feel the call, trust me, believe me, this is something incredible. It's much more than just the mental teaching that you will receive. This is an all upgrade. This is a diving into the ancient mystery of creation. And I invite you all to come there and to join us in this beautiful family of light language weavers. Thank you.